Okay, so now we are going to just work on that arm, and it's going to be a lot simpler since it doesn't require a lot of information except for when we get to do the hands. So for just to start, I'm going to try to um, build down um, some of the arms up to the elbow, some of the faces up to the elbow. And for this, I could just simply go and expand on it and just delete the history in this object. And I'm going to simply, my geometry is still live. So I'm going to just turn off my image plane for a little bit because it's becoming a little too much right now. Let me see if you can select them here. They are hidden, so what am I seeing now? Oh, there they are. Okay, so I'll try to see if I can make hide this layer and have only my geometry active, and still the one below it's live. So I'm gonna call my quadra. I'm gonna start building from that just down the arm, and I need to start building from this other part too, which is going to be a little bit tricky. So I'm going to try to get a short ring here, because this one is going to give me a better chance to make the arm go around. Some of these pieces here that are a little tiny, and we're gonna have to fine-tune some of those distances, because some of them are too long, some of them are too short, and they need to be equalized. Let's see if I can do this. No, you be conscious that the arm is right here, so we're gonna just be close to it. Probably we're gonna do it here to turn it on so we can see it. Because this area needs pretty much a lot of precision there. You see that is becoming a little bit harder to identify the different parts there. Okay, I got that one, and I'm gonna do another row just like that one. I'm just move this one a little bit out here, turn off the sub selection. There we go, and get this one a little bit lower so they look the same. Bring this one, since my geometry is live, I can still kind of move things around and equalize them a bit better. Okay, so I'm gonna try to just move, add a few more here, maybe widening this one a little bit there, so that I have a better chance to have a rounder shoulder. Let me move this one up a little bit here. This will be like the second row down there in the armpit. Get a little tighter there, so it's kind of tricky to try to get down there, but hopefully just by getting a little bit closer you get a good chance to build it. Alright, this is a little tight there, so I'm gonna have to just do a little bit of moving here, moving those out this way. That way kind of spread them out a bit more. So what I like about this is that, it's just more really not, I'm not worrying much about having the geometry follow the reference sculpture because I know the live is mostly doing it. Yeah, in certain places it gets a little bit funky, but for the most part it does a good job. Okay, I got that. So let me start with the other part here. I'm gonna start in the top spot. So that way I can just be a little bit more aggressive with it. That way I'm not waiting too long to, because here I'm not that. Let's see. Oh, this one is a very long one here. Okay. I may have to pull down some of these edges to get a better look there, better. The rest. Okay, and that one and that one. Okay, so I'm just getting there little by little. This one got a little bit better. So let me try to slide some of these guys down a bit more. And some of this on the other side is a little bit tighter and this side is a lot looser, so I'm gonna have to try to find a way to slide some geometry this way. Oh, that one got broken there. Try to move it down. There we go. Equalize a bit more. A better chance of having a good topology there. At least trying to unify the distances. It's time consuming, but it's a good technique. That one got broken, so just went through the geometry a little too much. Okay, this one too. Grabbing some of those edges a bit more, a bit higher. That makes it a little bit better. It's a little bit much here, but just looking at this one here, but it could be better there too. Okay, so we got that. So I'm getting an arm right there. So of course it's looking good there. So I'm wondering if I can get rid of one of these edges here. It's just that all that has so much geometry that it needs a lot more there. And I'm not too sure about having so many edges going down. Alright, let's just do a little another one. So this time we start stretching the polys a bit more. So I'm going to continue going around and just want to pause my video for a little bit and then I'll show you my progress. So I am kind of halfway there, arm there, and starting to notice that yeah, the arm's a little too heavy, especially back here. So I'm going to just leave it there for now, and I'm going to try to start building the hand from what I'm seeing. So see if I can generate a specific number of edges that will give me a matching number that will do this, and that will mean I will have to delete some edges maybe here so that I can try to minimize so much geometry that I have there. It's not that it's wrong, but it's just too heavy, and render times become difficult. So I'm going to start by drawing a hand, and what I want to do is I want to start by saving this and do a drawing of it. Let's split the screen again. That way I can look at it one more time. This time I'm going to go to the, say, side view, and that way you can see it there. And I know that my finger, I can, you know what I'm going to do, actually no, it's copied by the perspective, the camera 2 view, camera 1. And I'm going to just temporarily get rid of that transparency that is coming with that object, because I don't like that. It's kind of affecting me, my visual, so I'm going to try to grab it from there. Okay, so I just grab the geometry, and then you're going to just change the transparency of that shader so it becomes all solid again. That way I can go and draw a little bit better there. So let me just do it here. I'm gonna lock my camera for now. And my idea is this: I'm gonna try to identify how many faces my hand will need. Of course, for that it would be ideal if I can find some hand references that will give me enough, so I can try to make the best out of it. So for that I need to, of course, go and look at reference of images. And for example, I have this topology in which they divide each finger kind of like a 4x4, better 2x2 polygons on each finger. So 2 and 2 on the other side. So they will go all the way up, sort of to connect to the upper side of the hand. My hand just have 3 fingers, so it might be a little bit simpler than this. We also have another one here that shows me similar approach. This one that go across all the way up. This one actually becomes part of the thumb, but again, I don't have a thumb in my character. So you might want to decide or work on it, but you want to look at references in order to do that. So that means that here I can try, I'm actually doing it here. I can try to draw, let's see if I can call my grease pencil tool there to see it. There it is. I'm going to try to draw, it's not good. Let's see if I can do it from here. I can try to draw, I'm going to try to go to and delete all the frames here. Okay, so I finally got the tool to work. So I'm going to say, okay, this finger is going to do something like this, maybe like that here, and divide it like this. The key element is that this is going to go here, this is going to up there, and same thing, this one is going to become that, this one is going to become that, that one is going to become that, and of course there is going to be some across lines here. And of course we're gonna have internal between the fingers and all that. So, and then this one of course gonna have size. So I'm gonna try to start building that to see how many edges it gets. 1, 2, 3. Maybe there's going to be a 4th one here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe I can just go around and match the same number of lines that come um, from my upper body, my upper arm. The element again is I'm trying to be conscious of how many edges I need in order to do that. So let me start building that right here. And while I have that in mind there, so I'm gonna just go back to my tool, and I'm just gonna simply just start drawing them in a simple way here. So I'm gonna just start by clicking away the front part of that thumb or that finger, because it's such a easy model. It's not complicated at all. I'm not spending too much time on really thinking about anatomy in terms of joints, in terms of anatomically correct solutions. I'm just trying to find the best solution to build my character. So this one will give me that and that, and I'm trying to generate here, this will be the one for the other finger. Maybe this one needs to be opened up a little bit more like that. So I'm going to just take a few minutes to do this. We'll be back in a second. So just quick update there, just to show you that I'm going to building the front faces, divided each finger, the front 2, the side will have 2, and the back side of each finger will have 2 polygons. So, and then of course there will be polygons in the middle there. So right now I'm just going to start building these ones here, so I can have that or that. Again, just move it closer maybe. And there, that's a bit better. Just gonna want to snap to other ones, but just try to build them there. Okay, that's it. I'm going to continue wrapping around to match the other side. So I have gone and done that glove around that hand, and I still need to the tip of the fingers are fitting between the fingers there, but that's what the hand is giving me by default. So I went around and counted 20 faces all the way around. And I'm going up here and I counted 19 faces going down. So definitely there is a discrepancy that I have to make up. So in order to do that, I need to just calculate a best way to bring this guy closer to that. So of course I can just simply, right now I'm going to just simply, without having to get complicated with creating more faces, I'm going to just extrude these edges here. That way I can bring them down to try to match my model. I'll try to bring it up to see if I can make it match my model the best I can. And some of it didn't match that well. I'll keep it like that. I'll turn on my model there just to look. It's not too bad actually. All of it is right there. So that way I just kind of skipped. So I have 19 faces versus 25. What can I do? I have multiple ways. As we did before, we can reduce the number of faces here to not making them all the way to 25. So if, let's say for example I have 25 and I pair 2 edges here, that means 25 minus 2, 23. If I pair other 2, it'll be 23 minus 2, 21, and then I have to pair other two to match it to be 19. So let's try doing that, see if that makes makes sense. So I'm going to start by saying, you know what, I'm going to pair on this front this edge coming around here to this other one, and see how I can do that. So right now I'm not using the poly tool, the quad tool, but I'm just going to use the multi-cut tool. I'm still on the actual live, so I said I'm going to just pair, let's say, this one here and there, and that will take care of one edge there. So let's do it again. One, another one here, another one here, enter, and actually that's not going to take care of one, it's going to take care of that one and that one. I'm going to delete those, control delete, and then I'm just going to go and select from here to there, and from here to there. That way I have made two quads there. Again, this is the same technique we used before to reduce, I'm sorry about that, to reduce. So now I have reduced two faces in the whole thing. And now I'm going to do that process again. I'm going to do it one more time on this other row here, so that I can delete this one connecting to that one there. So let me do it here. So I'm going to delete, I'm going to just do the multi-cut tool first. I'm going to cut from here to here to there to there. Notice how I cut the diagonal here. That way I can select that one and that one. And I say control delete, and then that leaves out that, and then I'm just gonna go from here to there, enter, and from here to there, enter. So that gives me the option of removing two faces more. So I went down from 25 to 21, if I'm not wrong. So I'm gonna do the same process, but I'm gonna do it at the bottom. The arm might have many, so I'll try to see if I can just get rid of those two of them in the center. Maybe I could have done that the opposite in the back, but I'll do it here. So I'm just gonna take care of, let's say, these two connecting here to here. That way I can go and delete that one, and I'm just double clicking there, that one, and then I'm just gonna select from here to there, and from here to there. That way I believe I have reduced my face count to 25. Maybe I'm not wrong. Okay, so now I'm sorry, to 19 if I'm not wrong. Let's just double check it just to see if that's right or not. So I'm gonna say that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's correct. So we have 19 at the bottom, 19 at the top, and then we just need to either grab one of the other one. I'm going to grab this edge. I'm going to use the flatten tool, this scale tool, just to flatten it and move it up. Right now they're still live, so they're kind of trying to follow the surface. I'm going to extrude that one more time. I'm going to just push it up a bit here. They're trying to match the surface as much as they can. They're kind of very tight down here, and I'm very loose in the top, so I kind of have a little bit of a problem there, but we'll see how we can handle it. So right now I have the two faces there, the two edges, there are two parts to be ready and connected. I'm gonna save my file. Now I have the two there. I'm just gonna simply combine them. Before I do that, I'm gonna delete their history, delete by type history, and then I just say same thing. Mesh, combine, and then they become one single selection group or node. They're still separate there. I'm gonna just try to see if I can bridge them. Let's see if the bridge works. So I'm gonna use bridge here. So I'm gonna select this edge and that edge, see if I can bridge those, and actually it did bridge, only that there is a little bit of a thing that is not working. So I'm just gonna try to play with some of these values here, see if I can modify. Twist is not working, maybe because it's actually working there. Trying to do the best you can to align, edges, and of course they are all messed up, but the important thing is it's got connected, and I'll have to go back and fine-tune their orientation. I'm gonna stop it there for now. Delete history and file, save your file.